This place doesn't ask anything from you, and that's exactly why it matters. No ticket, no expectations, no version of yourself that you have to perform. And in a world where almost everything costs something, your time, your attention, your money, places like this don't just feel rare. They feel almost accidental, like something that wasn't supposed to survive this long, but it did. And before it changes, you should probably notice what's still here, because right now, this still belongs to everyone. This isn't a story about the past. It's not about what used to be here, or something that's already gone. It's about something that's still here, something most people pass through without fully seeing. Belle Isle Park isn't just a park. It's one of the last places where life slows down without asking you to pay for the privilege. No ticket booth, no curated experience, no pressure to make the moment worth it. You don't go there to achieve anything. You go there to exist. And in a world that keeps getting louder, faster, and more transactional, that kind of place becomes something deeper than recreation. It becomes emotional ground, a reset point, a place where nothing is demanded from you, and somehow, that's exactly what you need. So this story isn't asking what Belle Isle was. It's asking something a little more uncomfortable. Do we even recognize what it still is? To understand Belle Isle, you have to understand the idea behind it. In the late 1800s, cities were growing fast. Industrial, loud, crowded. And there was this emerging belief that people needed an escape. Not luxury, not entertainment, just space. Belle Isle was created in that mindset. A public park built intentionally, not as a business, but as a gift. Influenced by the same philosophy that shaped places like Central Park. The idea was simple. Nature should belong to everyone. Not just the wealthy. Not just visitors. Everyone. That meant no barriers. No exclusivity. Just access. A place where the city softened a little, where the pace slowed down, where you could step away from everything without needing a reason. And for a long time, that idea held. Belle Isle didn't become iconic because of one thing. It became meaningful because of repetition. Because people kept coming back, not for events, not for attractions, but for something quieter. Routine. You didn't plan a trip to Belle Isle weeks in advance. You just went. A Sunday drive that naturally turned toward the bridge. A summer afternoon that ended by the water. A quiet morning that didn't need to be filled. Families unloading grills without rushing. Kids running ahead without being told where to go. Someone sitting alone, staring out over the river. Nothing structured, but everything felt. And over time, something subtle happened. Belle Isle became shared memory. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, layered way. Grandparents remember it one way. Parents remember it another. Kids are building their version right now. But the core feeling, it stayed the same. And that kind of continuity is almost impossible to find now. But the world around places like this didn't stay the same. And that's where things start to shift. There was a time when spaces like Belle Isle weren't rare. They were expected. Public space wasn't something you questioned. It was something you trusted. You didn't wonder if it would change. You didn't think about access disappearing. It just existed. And Belle Isle, at its peak, felt permanent. Not because it was impressive in a flashy way, but because it was consistent. The kind of place that didn't need to reinvent itself to stay relevant. It already was. You had the aquarium, one of the oldest in the country. The conservatory, quiet, humid, full of life, even in the winter. Open shorelines that didn't try to direct your experience. And maybe most importantly, you had freedom. The freedom to do nothing without feeling like you were wasting time. Then slowly, almost invisibly, everything shifted. Cities got faster. Experiences became curated. Moments became something you package, post, and measure. And space started to cost something. You pay to enter. You pay to stay. You pay to upgrade the experience. And even when you're not paying money, you're paying attention. Everything is asking something from you. And if something doesn't, it starts to feel unfamiliar. Almost like it's lacking something. Belle Isle didn't fully follow that shift. It didn't become a fully packaged experience. It didn't start telling you how to enjoy it. And because of that, it became different. Not outdated. Rare. Here's the part most people don't think about. Places like this don't usually disappear overnight. They change slowly. A small fee here, a redesign there, an improvement that makes things more efficient, but slightly less free. And over time, the feeling changes. If you grew up around here, you probably remember Belle Island Amusement Park. That place felt permanent. A tradition, a ritual, a guarantee, until one day, it wasn't. And what replaced it wasn't the same. That's the risk. Not just losing a place, but losing what it felt like to be there. Because once that feeling is gone, you can't rebuild it. And yet, somehow, Belle Isle is still here. Today, Belle Isle is technically a state park. There's a small cost to enter, but once you cross that bridge, something subtle happens. The noise drops. Not completely, but enough. You're not being directed. You're not being sold something. You're not being told where to go next. You can sit for an hour and no one interrupts that. You can walk without a destination and it doesn't feel like wasted time. You can exist without being part of anything. And that's where Belle Isle quietly stands apart. It hasn't fully become part of experience economy. It hasn't turned into something you consume. It still lets you just be. Most people can't explain why Belle Isle feels different. They'll say it's peaceful, or nostalgic, or simple. But what they're actually feeling is the absence of pressure. There's no invisible expectation, no subtle push to document the moment, no sense that you should be doing something more. You're allowed to be still, and in today's world, that's almost uncomfortable at first. But then, it becomes something else. Relief. The hardest thing to measure is the value of something that doesn't demand anything from you. Belle Isle doesn't ask you to spend more time. It doesn't try to keep your attention. It doesn't try to be unforgettable, and yet, it is. Because what it gives you is something most places don't anymore. Unstructured time, mental quiet, a break from being on. And that kind of value is easy to overlook until it's gone. So maybe the real story isn't about Belle Isle. Maybe it's about what happens when places like this disappear. Because they don't disappear with a headline. They don't announce it. There's no clear moment where everything changes. It just happens. Gradually, quietly. Until one day, you go back and something feels different. You can't quite explain it, but you feel it. And that's when you realize it wasn't the place itself you were connected to. It was the feeling it gave you. And that feeling is never guaranteed. So maybe this isn't about nostalgia. Maybe it's about awareness, about recognizing something valuable while it's still here, not after it's been redesigned, repackaged, or replaced. Right now. So if you haven't been in a while, go. Go to Belle Isle this week. Don't plan anything. Don't try to make it meaningful. Just be there. Sit for a while. Walk without a destination. Notice what it feels like to not be asked for anything. And then tell me, what did you notice?